Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Eric. Today we have a 2025 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid. We're going to change the oil. I'm going to show you everything you need to know from start to finish, all the tools you need, the oil type, filter, everything from A to Z. Let's go. Okay, real quick, before we get started, let's take a look at everything that we need. This is just a pad to sit on. That is going to help me catch the oil or any spills. We have a 5-quart jug of 0W16 oil. So again, this is the hybrid model. The hybrid takes 0W16. If you have a non-hybrid model, you need to check yours. It probably does not take this. Next thing you may not know about your 2025 Mazda hybrid is that it is actually a Toyota engine. This is the oil filter that you'll need, 90915-YZZN1. Link in the description again for these. Some simple shop towels, you might get messy. Socket set. I can't remember offhand what size the socket is, so we'll take a look when we get down below. Socket wrench and sockets. Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver, a bucket to catch the draining oil, and a funnel to fill it up back up top, and some disposable gloves if you don't want to get all nasty. Okay, let's drive her up the ramps and get underneath. Once you're on the ramp, make sure you engage your parking brake. Just pull up on this switch next to your control knob. And for extra safety, since I'm working alone, I mean, this is just good practice anyway, put a wheel cock behind one of the rear wheels. All right, next we have to pop the hood. From the driver's seat, it is just right below, right where your left knee would be. And you just pull it towards you. So near the grill emblem, you can see that the hood's popped up just a little bit. Just to the right, there's a small lever right here. You have to push that to the left and pull up on the hood. All right, guys, so this is what your engine looks like. What we want to do before we get under the car is take the oil fill cap off. This will help the oil drain faster once we get below. Here we have your dipstick. We'll use that to check the oil level once we're finished. And again, here's the oil cap. So we're just going to unscrew this counterclockwise. All right, so now we have the cap off. You can see it says engine oil, so there's no confusion. This is the oil drain access panel. There's 3 screws that we have to take out. They're Phillips head, or you can use a socket. And if you need to get your orientation or your bearings right, this way is towards the rear of the car, and this way is towards the front of the car. So right here is right underneath the engine, of course. This is where we're going to drain the oil. So let's get these 3 screws out, and we'll take a look. So there is a push pin here as well. There's just a small slot in there to put a flathead screwdriver, and they pop right out. Once the little centerpiece comes out, once you got the 3 screws out, this just slides out. So put that aside. So here's what that push pin looks like. When it's secured, it's pushed down like this. And you just put a flathead screwdriver in between these 2 pieces, and it just pops up, just like that. And it does come apart. So if it does, it's no big deal. So make sure you have both pieces taken out. And this you'll put back in first. You just have to push this together and push it back in, and then push the other piece in. And then it's secured. So now we have our access panel off, and that is your oil drain plug. So now we just need to remove that, and the oil is going to come out very quickly. Make sure you have your drain pan ready, and you're probably going to need to move it. It might arc out a little bit. Just be prepared for this to come out very quickly. Just one more quick note. If your engine is hot, this oil is going to be very hot. So make sure you have your hands out of the way. Don't get burned. My engine's cold, so I shouldn't have any issues. And then just counterclockwise, as soon as it cracks, you should be able to just unscrew it by hand. And like I said, this is going to come out very quickly, so go slow and be ready to move your drain pan. All right, here we go. And then just give it a minute and let it drain completely. Okay, we're down to a drip. Make sure that your drain plug is nice and clean, and then clean the surface of the drain pan as well. And then go ahead and reinstall the plug. We'll get it hand tight first, clean it up again. So this was a 14 millimeter socket, by the way, 14 millimeter. And these don't need to be tight. Get it hand tight first, and then just a little more. Don't over tighten it, you can damage the threads on the pan. Next up, we're going to take off the filter, which is this right here. And sorry gang, the view might not be that great on this because I need to keep my camera out of the way. I don't want to get oil on it. All you need to do is turn the filter counterclockwise, just like any other screw. So I've got my oil filter wrench here. We're going to put that on the filter, get a nice grip. We'll let some of that drain out. All right, slow drip again. We're going to get more, so don't be off guard yet. This is why you wear gloves and have towels ready. Get your new filter ready. So this one was already lubed on the gasket. So if it wasn't, if this rubber gasket around the edge here was dry, just take a tiny droplet of used oil and go around the edge there. And then where this meets the mating surface, you want to make sure that that's nice and clean, there isn't any debris, and that there isn't any of the old gaskets stuck on that surface that might cause a leak. So just make sure it's nice and clean. That's the mating surface. Make sure that that's nice and clean, no old gasket material on there, and then screw the new filter on, only hand tight. Now the new filter is installed. Again, make sure it's just hand tight. Get it as tight as you can get it with your hand, but you should not need to use the oil filter wrench to tighten it back down, just as hand tight as you can get it. So then all we need to do is put our cover back on, and then we're done on the bottom side. So just double check that your filter is nice and tight and that your drain plug is nice and tight. All right, so we're back up top. Take your funnel, make sure that your cap is off. We should have already done that in the first step. Make sure that the funnel is nice and clean, that there's no debris in here. You don't want anything inside the engine. This should take about 4, maybe 4.5 quarts. I have a little bit left from my last oil change, so I'm going to start with that. And again, make sure you're using 0W16. Give it a little more, and then we're going to check the dipstick. And since we're still on the ramp, it's going to be a little bit off. So we just want to make sure that there's enough in here we can start the engine safely and get off the ramps. Since this is a hybrid, it'll probably stay in EV mode anyways. Put the dipstick back in there. Don't trust the first one. You're going to want to wipe it off first. Put it back in. All the way down until it's seated. Pull it back out. And take a look. So I think we're just barely registering there on the end. So we're definitely short yet. So let's keep adding. All right, now that we're on flat ground, let's take a look, see how our oil looks. Wipe it off again. Hopefully the camera picks that up, but we're just under the full line. Wipe off any excess spills, put your oil cap back on. In case anybody's wondering, this is your washer fluid. You have a hybrid battery coolant here. Your radiator and the overflow, your free coolant is right in front. Your brake fluid reservoir is back here. Your air filter is here. I hope that this video was valuable to you. If it was, I would really appreciate a like or a subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. Comment with any questions. If there's any other maintenance you want to see in this car, well, let me know. Take care, guys. One last thing, guys, make sure that you dispose of your used oil properly. Most automotive stores will take your used oil. There's a good chance your municipality, your local government will have a recycling program as well. So make sure you do that. Don't throw it in the trash. Do the right thing.